Live, pal.
What a time to be alive. It's the Babyface broadcast here on 2RRR 88.5 FM. This is a show about creating Australia's greatest wrestling event, Australian wrestling legends. My co-host sitting across from me in the studio that have blown his ears out on their headphones. Dan Leonard is here, folks.
Hi, Mark, and hi, guys. It's we're putting on a show time.
It's creating time.
Exactly.
It's creating time. Now, Dan, as we said the last couple of weeks, this show is about creating Australia's greatest wrestling event. We've got a name for it: Australian Wrestling Legends. And to be honest, the weekly show has been going great.
Great, fantastic.
It's been great.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of people who contact us. People are listening.
Well, because we're in so many different places.
We're in so many different places. We're, of course, here live on 2RRR 88.5 FM here in Sydney. In the Ride Hunters Hill region, you can hear us clearly. Lovely region. You can also hear us. We have a podcast version. We are now on YouTube as well. We are all over the place.
Unbelievable.
We do have some listeners, and we also have some people ripping us off, Dan Leonard.
What's going on?
Off with Australian Indie Wrestling, a podcast, unregulated cowboy.
Yes.
Now, we do podcasts, but we also follow the rules of broadcast radio.
We come from radio.
These guys have been doing a podcast last week about promoters, what it takes to put on a wrestling show. They've been listening, they've been paying attention, and they ripped us off, Dan Leonard.
Have you contacted them? Have you contacted our lawyers?
I have contacted lawyers.
Yeah.
Because speaking of lawyers, I had to contact them because, look, last week we were threatened, me personally, I say the royal we.
Well, no, when you get attacked, we all get attacked.
We all get attacked. Threatened legal action by Crackerjack.
That beady clown.
He reckons, because he calls himself the Australian wrestling legend, that we have impeded on his intellectual property by calling us Australian wrestling legends. I think it's rubbish, but listen to this. This is from last week.
I should have set you on fire 15 years ago when I had the chance. And should that chance arise again, I will take it. But in the meantime, here's what I'm going to do for you. You son of a turd. I am going to lawyer up. I'm going to get Colby on the phone, contacting his old legal buddies, and we are going to sue you until your balls explode. How's that sound?
All right, well, you know what? Sue me. I dare you. Sue me. I've got good lawyers too. You can sue me. It's legends, not legends.
I'm coming for all your radio money, and you'll be penniless, and I'll have a new coat, and I'll look fantastic, and you will suffer.
So this is the sort of stuff we have been suffering the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You know, when you create greatness, people try to bring you down. But I do like to say we've had some listener feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Listener on our side. So big hello to Eli, big fan of the show. He was very upset with the way Crackerjack talked to me. So thank you for the kind words, Eli, and the support. It's very nice to have listener support, Dan.
Yeah, look, I think Crackerjack's behaviour was out of line. Outrageous, what some might say. Clearly a huge difference between an Australian wrestling legend and Australian wrestling legends. I think you made it very clear on the phone to him.
Very clear.
I don't think that legally he's got a leg to stand on.
He doesn't, but, I'm getting a letter from his lawyer, a cease and desist. I just ripped it up.
Yeah.
Take me to court.
Ridiculous.
Also, Dan Leonard, we did try to set up a support team last week, and that kind of didn't really work, did it?
Things kind of got a bit out of control, mate.
You got out of control.
Yeah, look, I'll concede. I had a bit of a think.
Yes.
After the show, and I decided I need to pull my head in a little bit, just ease back a little bit. I talked to the team that I had gathered, and I said, look, guys, we're just going to let you go until maybe down the line when we can rethink this, when it's closer to the date of our first show. And we really do need to worry about things like the sausage sizzle and security and the brass band.
Yes, you were leaping before you could even crawl.
Look, but obviously Persephone's still here.
Persephone.
I've kept Persephone because...
Have you told your wife about Persephone?
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I just said I'm getting wrestling lessons from this girl called Persephone.
From the place that used to be
Well,
Des Moines.
she's on the front desk.
I drove past there today.
Yeah.
There is like a ominous tattoo parlor downstairs.
Yeah, it's a bit scary, I got to admit.
You've been hanging out of that place.
Yeah, I'll show you my tattoo after.
No, I
the
don't
show.
want to see your tattoo. Now, also, look, last week, we are still trying to do this, and I had some success, the Board of Wrestling.
You had some success.
I've had some success. We'll get this later in the show, the Board of Wrestling.
Okay.
We didn't have some success last week, though.
No.
Look, Rob Oxley from IWA, here's a
Wait,
clip.
sorry, did you say $2,000? Am I paying you $2,000?
Yes, $2,000.
Well, I'm paying you $2,000 to be on the Board of Wrestling.
You and other members of the board are paying $2,000. You know, we need costs, you know. It doesn't, these boards just don't run themselves.
Yeah. Okay. You had me for a second there. I see what this is. This is just some big con job.
No. The money's going to a good cause.
Mark, I thought you changed, man. I thought it was just another big grift, isn't it? You're no better than all those cowboys.
So we've been accused of being grifters.
Robert Oxley should be ashamed of himself.
I've known him for ages. He used to come to shows as a little teenager.
He gave you a birthday
Gave me
cake.
a birthday cake and everything, and now he calls me a grifter. And I feel like our fortunes, well, we've got some bad juju. So tonight's show, today's show, the show this week is about, we're going to turn them round.
How are we going to do that?
The best way to
I know
turn
how
around
to
our
do it.
fortune is by giving back to the business.
Yeah.
We are giving back to the business because we're giving back so we can build it up, Dan Leonard. We can build it up. So that's going to be the show. I'm excited. We are giving back to the professional wrestling business. Our fortunes are going to turn, and it's a great time to give back to the business because, look, over the Australia Day weekend, the Order of Australian medals got handed out, and one Ken Dunlop, Dazzler Dunlop, a mainstay of professional wrestling in the 80s and 90s, got a Medal of the Order of Australia for his contributions to professional wrestling.
Well done, Ken.
Well done, Ken. And look, Ken hasn't been around for a long time.
Yeah, he's been retired. He retired several times.
He's retired several times.
He's the Australian version of Terry Funk.
Yes. Now, Ken goes to a lot of local shows.
He does.
But look, I think if we give back to the business, we can be Australians of the Year, Dan Leonard.
Perpetual.
Australians of the Year. I like to think with us putting on Australian Wrestling Legends, Australian of the Year, female astronaut goes to the stars. We will bring the stars here to Sydney, Dan Leonard, with our show. And giving back to the business, I thought about this. How can the Babyface broadcast give back to the business?
Yes.
Well, started a YouTube channel. So on this YouTube channel, I have put the critically acclaimed series Underworld Wrestling, which I produced, is going to be on the Babyface Broadcast YouTube channel for free. Anyone can watch it for free. I don't get paid for it. I take a bath on it. Why am I doing it? Why am I taking a bath? Why am I getting no money from it? Because I'm giving back to the business, Dan Leonard. I'm giving back to the business.
And also, you made all the money you could make on Amazon Prime and Tubi beforehand.
Look, I did make some money from Amazon Prime and Tubi on it, not going to lie. But I could make more money from it,
Listen,
but I decided not to. And I think this is good. This is
Mark, this is a critically acclaimed and financially successful wrestling show.
And I'm not the only one saying it's critically acclaimed. The Age said it was. Age loved it. There's a review in the Age. Loved it. Review in the Sydney Morning Herald. Loved it.
Yep.
Review in the whatever version in Brisbane and
They
Adelaide.
don't have one.
Well, they loved it.
If they had
one, they would have loved it.
Exactly. I loved it.
Yep. So for free. That's how I'm giving back to the business.
That's magnanimous of you.
I am also giving away a free gimmick.
A gimmick?
I'm looking for a young wrestler to take a gimmick that's going to take him to the moon.
You're going to mould a star of the future.
Yep. I'll tell you the gimmick. Cracker Jim.
Cracker Jim.
Cracker Jim. That's right. Cracker Jim. The hardcore tough guy, Cracker Jim.
May I say, Mark, and I don't want to poo-poo all over this idea, but it sounds awfully similar to a man who's threatening to sue us, Crackerjack.
Well, no, that's very different, right? Crackerjack is one word. It starts with a K.
Yep.
Cracker, J-A-K, all one word.
You can't spell Jack.
No. This is Cracker, one word.
Yeah.
With a C.
Uh-huh.
Cracker. Jim, second word. If you go by his full name, it'd be Cracker James. But he goes by Cracker Jim.
Cracker Jim.
Cracker Jim. Two separate words. I think it's a gimmick. I think he's going to win.
And he's going to be a
Hardcore tough guy.
hardcore
Tough guy. It's a money gimmick.
And you're going to be working with this person, male or female.
Oh, male or female, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. And just you'll be molding them.
Molding a young wrestler. Giving back to the business.
Giving back. You know, you're a good man.
I'm a great man. Best man I know. Now, Dan Leonard.
Yes.
We're going to talk about how you are going to give back to the business after the break. Dan Leonard, how are you giving back to the business to turn our fortunes around, to get people to take us seriously?
Well, mate, we have talked during the week. Like,
yes.
We had even a chat after last week's bit of a disaster of a show. And
Was a critically acclaimed show. People enjoyed it, but it was a disaster.
So, and you did talk about this giving back to the business malarkey. So, you know what?
Malarkey?
I shouldn't say
Malarkey?
that. No. It's a good thing, Mark. And
we're giving back to the business. We're just not some bunch of 40-year-olds trying to reclaim their 20s by doing random wrestling shows and saying they're giving back to the business and teaching the young cats how the old cats roll. We're not doing anything pathetic like that. We are genuinely giving back to the business.
Sure.
We're not asking for sympathy bookings. No, I don't want to be booked by anyone. We're creating something great and we're giving back to the business, unlike these other flim-flammers.
Okay, you're a very passionate man. Listen, Mark, I am giving back to the business. I'm giving back to the business in 2 ways.
2 ways?
2 ways, yes. I started on the weekend, actually.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I'm doing a mentoring program.
A mentoring?
For young wrestlers.
How are you mentoring young wrestlers? Now, I don't mean to sound dismissive.
You're sounding a little bit dismissive.
But you haven't really been involved in the wrestling business.
Oh, hey, mate.
No, you've been ancillary to the wrestling business, but you haven't been in the business. You've been wrestling business adjacent.
I think that counts.
Adjacent.
Wrestling historian, a wrestling journalist. I was a commentator.
What were you a commentator
I was on one show. 30 years ago.
Oh, 30 years ago.
Ken Dunlop said it.
Oh, well, Ken Dunlop. Well, he's an Order of Australia.
I know. But afterwards, he did tell people that I delivered the show in Braille.
Okay.
So I don't know what that meant.
It means you're a terrible, terrible commentator that didn't explain anything.
Anyway, the point is, I've got some wrestlers, and, and I've been mentoring them. In this capacity, I am providing encouragement and advice.
Stemming
from, as I said, my many years as a keen observer of the grappling game.
Oh, yes.
And so...
keen observer.
Yeah, now, look, there's also there's a physical component involved in this mentoring.
A physical component? Yeah. By God, Dan, it's the first time you've been physical your entire life.
Not me, mate. Look, as I'm lecturing them and giving them advice, right, they do some menial tasks around my house that gives them focus and a sense of purpose and some drive and ambition, I hope. It's all part of the mentoring process.
Okay.
I've got one young fella, he's painting my back fence at the moment. He's doing the whole paintbrush up and down, up and down, up and down. You get the idea. I've got a lass, she's currently sanding my front veranda. And she's going to wax it and varnish it next week, doing the round and around and around and around movements with her hands, right? And then I've got another guy, he's cleaning my car and he's waxing it. It looks great. I've got him chanting. It's like a mantra. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Yeah. It's the plot of Karate Kid.
You were doing Karate Kid. That is how you're giving back to the business.
Yeah.
You found some chumps to do your menial tasks around the house, to do your chores.
Yeah.
That's how you're giving back to the business.
Maybe.
This is how you knows what, Dan Leonard. There's a method to that madness, because that's how I got involved in professional wrestling for Lou Spinelli.
Great man, Lou Spinelli.
I wouldn't call it great man.
He was a man.
He was definitely a male. But I used to go in packets of cigarettes. I was like a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
To go down the shops, get him packs of darts. Had to drive him around. I learned how to drive a car the hard way. But I did a lot of tasks for him. That was like learning the business. So I guess...
He was mentoring you.
He was mentoring me. I guess you're the old school.
Yeah, exactly, Mike. So anyway, so I've got some guys. They're going to be, digging a hole in the backyard for my swimming pool. next
You've got
weekend.
a swimming pool.
I will have, hopefully.
How are you affording that?
Well, this mentoring doesn't come cheap. Listen,
You're making money from this?
yeah, but it's going into the swimming pool. But you can come around and have a swim if you want.
You live a bit far from me.
Anyway, but that's not the only way I'm giving back.
Okay.
I'm also giving back to the industry through the medium of poetry.
Poetry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Mark. You know I'm a writer.
I don't really. All right.
Okay, so listen. I thought about writing a saga about Australian wrestling legends, and the show All In, AWL.
All in AWL,
Yeah.
so we don't get sued by Tony Khan, who's going on the country in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was going to
Maybe we can get him on the show.
I was going to write the saga about that would rival Tristan and Isolde in its power and magnitude, but then I really couldn't be asked writing something so long and tedious, and I had other things to do, like mentoring these guys. So instead, I decided to go with something a bit simpler, but no less heartfelt.
Okay.
The medium of haiku.
Did a haiku. So this is you giving back
Not
to the
haiku,
business.
not haiku, but haiku,
haiku.
which in my hands is just as dangerous.
Okay.
Okay? So here's an early one I banged out. All, AWL.
AWL.
Okay.
AWL.
Yeah, but all promotes greatness. Psychotic pouts bitterly, wishes he was us.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
Much like Haku ripped the eyes out of his opponents, you've ripped the eardrums out of yours.
Hey, maybe this next one you'll appreciate.
Oh, yeah?
Pleathery wrestler screams, "It's detonation time!"
Oh, yes.
Mike squeals in protest.
Well, that's talking about a good friend of the show, TNT.
He's big in Thailand.
Massive in Thailand. He has an unbeaten record against the Bangkok Brawler.
Never pinned.
Never pinned.
Pinned all his
He's
opponents.
always put over.
Yeah, here's the last one. This one, I think you'll appreciate this one. Okay. Crackerjack, he sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks.
I don't think that one was creative like the others.
Yeah, but it did fit the parameters of a 575 haiku.
Yeah.
And the sentiment was there.
I mean, he's a tough guy.
Yeah, he's not that tough.
He's not that tough. I beat him.
Yeah. So look, maybe haikus don't do it for you, Mark, or the listeners out there who don't appreciate high art. No offense to listeners.
Listeners of this show, they appreciate high art. But fine listeners.
Which is why I've also commemorated Australian wrestling legends with a limerick.
Okay.
Okay.
A limerick.
A limerick.
A haiku and a limerick.
Yeah. I've gone both ends.
Both ends.
Okay, here we go. There once were two guys on the radio decided to put on a wrestling show. As God is their witness, they gave back to the business.
Amazing.
And they also made lots of dough.
There we go. Well done. That is...
Thank you.
I think...
Yeah?
I was going to poo-poo this, Dan.
You were gonna
I was going to go, you are an idiot. I don't know why I'm running a show with you, but you've turned around.
Turned it all around.
You've turned it all around. That limerick, by God, if that hasn't given back to the business, give us the Australian of the Year award already.
Yeah, and perpetually. We should just get it every year.
Let me tell you, after we have run Australian Wrestling Legends All In, no one will want to run a show after us. They won't have the balls to, because it's going to be the finest show. Now, the fine show needs some money, Dan Leonard.
Yes.
So the Board of Wrestling is still happening.
It's still happening.
The Board of Wrestling is still happening. So we will discuss after the break, but we do have the Board of Wrestling. It's still an idea. I've got one on the hook. I reckon you can get a big fish. That's happening after the break. Emma, this is a show about creating Australia's greatest wrestling event, Australian Wrestling Legends All In, AWL In. I'm your host, Lord Mark Williamson. Sitting across from me is Dan Leonard. We're talking about giving back to the business. I've given back by giving 8 hours worth of free wrestling on YouTube for wrestling fans to watch. Yeah. Dan Leonard is mentoring by getting some people to do chores around his house involved in the wrestling business, haikus and limericks.
Indeed.
You might think that is ridiculous, but the limerick was pretty good, and I think that is a top giving back.
I've cleared my slate a little bit there.
Now, since we've given back to the business,
Yes.
the juju is good.
Yeah.
The mana, as Hollywood Dwayne The Rock Johnson calls it, I feel it's positive. I feel like the studio is positively charged. So last week we had the Board of Wrestling. We tried to get the Board of Wrestling happening. Rob Oxy from IWA has said no.
Yeah, he's a clown.
Called me a grifter.
Clown.
Called me, he called me a grifter.
Yeah, he shouldn't have called that.
He shouldn't have called me a grifter.
I get fired up, Mike. I get fired up.
Small minds. I get it. Small
Yeah.
minds. So I have found someone through the week
Yeah.
that has given me $2,000.
Get out of here.
His name is Keith from the Berrigong Wrestling League.
The what?
The Berrigong Wrestling League.
Never heard of it.
It's in the regions, New South Wales. It's a regional town.
Regional.
They have a pro wrestling show.
Okay.
Given $2,000 to be part of it, to get basically,
So he's giving us the money?
giving me the money.
Where is it?
Us as in the royal we.
Yeah.
It's in my account.
Where I can't access it.
Exactly. I don't trust you with a dollar. Hey, you've been getting money from these people mentoring. What are you asking for money? You just told me you're getting a swimming pool. Yet this is why you're not you're not having anything to do with money. Oh, I'm doing a mentoring thing to help out, giving back to the business.
Yeah.
You've got a swimming pool. It's probably paying for you, buddy Persephone. No money.
Oh.
You're not in charge of money. No.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
giving you the chance to earn some money.
Really?
I'm $2,000 in. You got to get $2,000 now.
I got to
too.
get $2,000?
Yep. You got to get $2,000.
What, right now?
Well, we have Mikey Jay.
Yeah, I'm fine wrestling promoter.
Got his phone number.
Renegades of Wrestling in Melbourne.
Renegades of Wrestling in Melbourne. So you need to, and you told me I was a terrible salesperson.
You were hopeless.
Yeah, well, let's see if you can do any better.
Okay.
Let's see if you can do better. All right, there we go. Let's give Mikey Jay a call.
Sure.
You give Mikey Jay a call.
I will.
Right now. Here we go. Dial faster.
Hello, this better not be a call about solar panels.
It's not solar panels, Mikey J. It's me, Dan Leonard from Sydney. How you doing?
Oh, Dan, good to hear from you, mate. I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm good to hear from you too, mate. How's Renegades of Wrestling treating you? How's my number one wrestling promoter going?
Yeah, it's all going pretty good, man. We had the doubleheader on the weekend, and now we're just gearing up for the next couple of shows. It's all happening down here.
Yeah,
what can I do for you?
Oh, mate, I was looking up what you're doing at renegadesofwrestling.com or Facebook or whatever it was, and I thought you'd be the perfect person to talk to, mate, because there's a lot of cowboys out there. There's a lot of grifters in the wrestling scene.
Yeah. Some things don't change, but like what are you thinking?
Well, mate, I want to change things. I want to regulate these cowboys. I want to regulate this business, and I've decided what we need is a board of wrestling, and what we need are top people in the business on that board, and that's why I'm calling you, Mikey J. I want you to be on that board.
Yeah, I feel like I get a call about this sort of thing every 8 months or so from people just wanting to get rid of the deathmatch wrestlers. But okay, I'll hear it out regardless. What you thinking?
Well, mate, what we do, we get a board together of the top promoters, right? And we would just regulate the business. We'd run the business. And, honestly, you're not the first person I've contacted that we've contacted and got on board, on the board, so to speak. Got the Keith from the Berrigong Wrestling League. He's involved now.
Okay, I don't know. I've heard of Keith. Maybe it's fairly recent.
It's a regional group. Yeah. They're pretty big.
Right, okay.
Pretty big out in the regional areas. So look, Mikey. So you'd be interested in joining the board?
Look, I'm happy to talk about it more. What do you sort of need from my end?
Wow.
In order to keep that?
Just really need just a joining fee, mate. Just a one-off joining fee, lifetime fee.
Joining fee.
Yeah. Just $2,000, 2,000. That's all.
Okay, and Dan, what am I getting for that?
A lot of prestige, Mikey. You're getting a lot of prestige being on the board of wrestling, being with me and Keith and soon many others. Once they see you join, Mikey, they're all going to come running.
Yeah, right. Exposure dollars in exchange for actual, genuine, real human dollars. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're going to get benefits. I can't give you any idea of the tangible benefits right now, but there'll be benefits. And look, also, Lord Mark Williamson's also on board, and so he's a seal of quality, isn't he? Right?
Yeah. I mean, look, I've known you. I've known Mark for a long time. And I've got a lot of respect for both of you, but I don't know, something about that just sort of seems weird, calling me up out of the blue and going, "Can I have $2,000?"
Yeah. Well, it's just $2,000, mate. Just lock it in. Let's lock it in. Let's join. So, are you in or are you out?
I don't think I'm in, actually, to be honest.
No.
It kind of seems a little bit flimsy for what you're sort of proposing. I'll regulate the industry, this and that, and I get that sort of thing all the time.
Well, mate, I need an answer. Yes or no, right now.
No, I'm not doing this.
Okay, you can go get Nick then, Mikey. I never liked you anyway.
No. Well, how about you get Nick, Dan? Quit wasting my time. I'm on a do not call register, so why don't you take your stupid proposal and piss off?
Or you take your beard and stick it.
Absolutely terrible.
I thought that went well.
That was terrible.
Really?
That was terrible. You got aggressive at the end.
Well,
You've got aggressive.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
That didn't sound very aggressive.
You were very aggressive, Dan.
Really?
That was aggressive. That was telling him to nick off.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe I was a little. I was a bit annoyed, to be honest.
Chip away.
Yeah, but mate, we're on live radio. I can't chip away. I mean,
no, but you can do another
could be
call.
there another 5, 6, 7 minutes.
You can do. I mean, look, we had another 8 minutes to spare.
Really? If you told me that, I would have worked on him a bit more.
But just the aggression. It's not needed. I mean, how?
Look, mate, there are more.
Your sales is worse than mine.
Oh, if you say so. But I think there's plenty more fish in the sea. We don't need Mikey Jay.
Anyway, we're $2,000 up. But look, we're still building.
Yeah.
We've given back to the business.
So much in this episode.
At 8:02 tonight, Underworld Wrestling will be on our YouTube channel, the Babyface Broadcast YouTube channel. You can find that on YouTube at the Babyface Broadcast. Track it down. So I think we're good. I think we're good to get this ball rolling.
I'm feeling pretty.
You're feeling pretty good? You're feeling pretty up?
I'm pumped.
We're pumped?
Yeah.
Well, let's continue to be pumped because after the break, we're going to talk about other wrestling now.
Oh,
We've
okay.
talked our business stuff.
Yep.
It's Royal Rumble week.
Ooh,
It is Royal Rumble week, and we will discuss what is happening in the wrestling world globally after the break. But for the final segment of the show, we like to reflect on what's happening on wrestling in the rest of the world, and it is a big week wrestling-wise. The start of WrestleMania season, it's the Royal Rumble this Sunday.
in Saudi Arabia.
From Saudi Arabia. They've built a arena out of paddle pop sticks and all sorts of stuff in a month. Purpose-built arena. Let's see how that goes for them. But big week for wrestling.
It is a big week. I have read in different places from various soft drink reviewers complaining about what they call the lack of build for this Royal Rumble. But really, what sort of build? I mean, I disagree on the non-Rumble matches, but also with the Rumble matches themselves. Do you really need that much of a build? The Rumble themselves are so big now, you know?
They've just had people go, declare for the Rumble. I declare for the Rumble. Well, you know what? I'm going to be in the Rumble. Yeah, well, I'm going to be in the Rumble too. That's been the kind of build-up for it.
So you're not overly impressed for the Rumble themselves?
You know what, though? They've had great programming around it. So Saturday night's main event was last weekend.
I heard it was a cracker of a show.
An absolute cracker. It's available on YouTube. As I said, 4 real solid, or 3 matches, 1 kind of segment that's supposed to be a match but ends up in a big brawl. Quality stuff. I mean, you've got AJ Styles against Nakamura. Nakamura's best match in years.
Since he's been in WWE.
It was,
well,
pardon the pun, phenomenal.
I was speaking to Uncle Dave some time ago, and I talked about Nakamura with him, and he was saying that Nakamura essentially retired from wrestling when he left Japan in about the mid-2010s.
Yeah.
And essentially he's in WWE, but he doesn't regard that as wrestling. It's him making the big money now.
Just him making some bank. Yeah.
And he's so athletic and so good that him at 50% is enough. But when he really, really wants to turn it on, I think because he knew this was probably his last match he was ever going to have with AJ Styles, he in one of those rare occurrences, he actually turned it on.
Now, there's a lot of thing. One of the matches in the Royal Rumble this Sunday is going to be AJ Styles versus Gunther, with AJ Styles' career on the line. It is looking like he is retiring at the Royal Rumble. I don't think he is.
Well, for one reason, Nakamura went on social media and talked about how he was going to retire at the Rumble.
Yeah, I think I think it's too obvious he's retiring.
Yeah.
I think they're throwing a red herring. And
well, the other red herring that could be is that they've just copyright, got the copyright for the name of trademarked. Legend Killer.
No, Career Killer.
Career Killer, sorry.
Career Killer.
So no, I know there's a Legend Killer already there,
Yeah.
which means there's something building between him and Randy Orton.
Oh,
down the
yeah,
line.
definitely.
But Career Killer, that's going to be supposedly Gunther's new gimmick.
Yes.
But I would suspect, if we're going to call that match, Mark, I would suspect that it's probably going to be a DQ win for Mr. Styles.
Yep.
So Gunther still looks strong, but AJ doesn't have to retire.
And I think they'll extend it through to Mania.
Yeah, and then he might retire at Mania.
Unless they just go, yeah, he's retired, and it's Randy Orton and them at Mania. Who knows?
Who knows? There's another match as well, singles match, which is...
It's Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the WWE title. Sami Zayn won the 4-way at Saturday night's main event last weekend.
In Canada.
Great 4-way as well. So him against Drew in Saudi Arabia. I know the Saudi Arabians will be going nuts for Sami.
Yep.
So that should be a good match.
Good match, but he's there to lose.
Yeah, they were, and they really put over on commentary that Sami has never beaten Drew McIntyre. Maybe he's going to do it tonight. Nah.
No, and I don't think they're going to cheapen the belt by having a DQ thing. I think they want to keep Drew really strong now through to Mania.
Yeah. And they've kept, on Saturday night's main event too, they had a kind of brawl. It's supposed to be a match between Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes angry at Jacob because Jacob basically cost him the belt attacking Drew McIntyre. They end up in a brawl before the match actually started, went for about 10 minutes, brawled all the way to the arena, and Drew McIntyre came out and beat the bejesus out of both of them, looking strong.
Yeah.
So they're doing a really good job at presenting Drew being dangerous, a threat as a champion, and good for Drew, I say.
About
good
time.
for Drew.
It was overdue for him.
Yeah. And now the two Rumble matches, there's the Women's Rumble and the Men's Rumble, or you called the Lady Rumble.
No.
The Lady Rumble.
For tonight, because I'm giving back to the business.
Oh, giving back to the business.
I'm going to call it a Women's Rumble. So let's get your thoughts on it, Mark. Who you think are the top favourites?
Two top favourites for the Women's Rumble, I would say Liv Morgan.
Yes.
Or Bianca Belair.
You think Bianca's going to be back?
Yeah, I think Bianca's her return and setting up her and Jade at WrestleMania. Bianca has been out with a finger injury since last WrestleMania.
That long?
It's been that long.
I guess she did a few promo spots after that.
Yeah, did some promo spots, but has not been around. Has not done anything of too much shorts. So, yeah, I think it's a big return if she's coming back.
She did a match after that. She did one with the three-way with Naomi and Io Sky when Naomi won the belt. That was...
No.
No?
That was Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and
it was too.
That was Bianca Belair has been out, my friend.
Well, speaking of Rhea Ripley, you don't think she's got a shot?
No, doesn't have a shot at all.
Okay.
Nope. I think with Liv Morgan's return too, I think they're setting up Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay, well then...
Because they've had a Raquel Rodriguez kind of fight Vaquer for the title for the last month or so. And I think it's setting up for Liv at WrestleMania. Well, they'll give it to Liv.
So it could be Liv, but I like the idea of Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Coming back and winning. Yeah. So what about the men's?
Braun Breaker or Roman Reigns?
So tired of Roman Reigns. So tired.
I think he'll get a pop, though, from the audience. I think there'll be a segment of the WWE supporters. It'll be great just to see Roman back because he's an attraction.
He is. But I would like to think that whoever dumps him out of the Rumble sets him up for the match. I'd like to see Braun win.
Yeah. I actually don't. I don't want to see Braun Breaker and CM Punk at WrestleMania.
You don't?
I don't.
Who do you want to see? You want to see Roman Reigns versus CM Punk?
I would like to see Roman Reigns and CM Punk as a match. I think that's a better drawing match.
Okay.
And considering both of them don't have that much time when you're thinking of it, they're kind of towards the end of their careers.
Yeah. That's
a money match worth happening as Braun's still kind of young. And I don't think crowning him at WrestleMania, in my humble opinion, I don't think he's ready for it.
Okay, and to be honest, I can see your point there. What you can then do if CM Punk drops the title to Roman Reigns, you can then have Punk versus Braun down the line and Braun get that win back.
Yeah.
But there's no title on the line.
There's no title, exactly.
Yeah.
Just on a side thing too, they've been doing a lot of work with Finn Balor. Finn Balor wrestled CM Punk in a cracker of a match last week in Ireland.
Yeah, looked like he was turning babyface.
Yeah, looked like turning babyface. Didn't remain heel. Very good.
Yeah.
Upset everyone. Great heel work. And look, before we've only got a couple of minutes to go, I think it's better keeping him as a heel because there's already so many kind of top baby faces, middle range baby faces having Finn turn face. Then what is he going to do?
He's got nowhere to go.
He's got nowhere to go. Exactly. Nowhere to go. I think having him still remain heel, feud with Punk for a bit before WrestleMania, have great matches.
Keeps Punk occupied.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's not the Vision against Punk because that was boring. Boring.
So that's
We
got
got
to be done.
1 minute, Dan Leonard.
AEW Grand Slam.
Grand Slam
is
in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Valentine's Day.
February 14 in Sydney, February 15 in Brisbane. Ticket sales are, I would call them fair to middling.
Fair to middling, you say?
Yeah, they as of mid-January, they've sold about 5,000 tickets to the Kudos Bank Arena, which can hold 21,000. I did check Ticketek, and the tickets looked like about 2/3 were sold, but that means they must have reduced the size,
Yeah.
the capacity of the arena.
Possibly. Well, here's hoping it makes money for them.
Yeah, I hope
If
so.
you want to take your missus out for a Valentine's Day, want to go to see AEW, you can watch John Moxley bleed over the thing. How romantic.
Yes.
How romantic. Well, look, Dan Leonard, that is the end of another Babyface broadcast for another week.
Wonderful hour.
Wonderful hour. We'll be back next week with some more planning, getting ahead. I think we might have some wrestlers to talk to next week. So very exciting. But on behalf of Dan Leonard and myself, we'd like to bid you adieu. Thanks for sharing your time with us.